8 people were killed in America by Islamist terrorism in 2017. By comparison, domestic gun violence killed at least 30,000. There was another mass shooting in a school this week in Kentucky, the 12th this year alone. 2 of the worst mass shootings in American history have happened on your watch in Las Vegas and at the church in Texas. People will be saying, you're very tough on security. You want to keep Americans safe. But if you don't do anything about gun violence at all, that seems an irrational position for somebody who wants to keep Americans safe.
I'm a very big Second Amendment person, as you know very well. But take a look at Paris, where you have very, very tough gun controls. Take a look at that horrible slaughter that took place at the cafes, where so many people were killed. And you had these thugs come in with guns, and one by one, for a long time, they just killed, and hundreds of people and wounded to this day, still in the hospitals. That was one of the worst. And you've had many of them where there are no guns except for the bad guys. So the bad guys have the guns, and if you would have had somebody with a gun right here when they walked in so that you could have had bullets going in the other direction, you wouldn't have had hundreds of people killed.
But here's the reality.
By the way, you have many of those. You look at San Bernardino, California. Right. These guys walk in, the people that they knew, they walk in and they start one by one shooting them.
But
they had no chance.
Okay, but here's the difference.
But they had no chance.
Okay, but let me give you the other side of this coin. I come from a country with very few guns, right? We have 32 gun deaths a year. America, every day.
But you have a lot of terrorism.
Right. Yeah, that's separate to it. But on the gun issue, let me just put this to you. The Vegas shooter, Stephen Paddock, he bought 55 guns legally in the year prior to his rampage, including 13 AR-15 semi-automatic rifles that he then equipped with bump stocks, which effectively converted them into machine guns, which are illegal, and he rained bullets down on 20,000 people in America.
I know very well. It's terrible.
What is it?
Why has nothing been done to stop somebody doing that again?
Well, we do have gun control laws, and this sick person, he was a sicko. I mean, that's the big problem. They're sick people. If he didn't have a gun, he would have had a bomb or he would have had something else.
But he had 55 guns.
The point is he would have had 55 bombs. He would have had 55 of something else.
Why can't you make it difficult for him?
You know, it's an argument that people, I've heard it every different way, and we can go around this argument. I'm a Second Amendment person. I think you need it for security. I think it would be far worse. I think you need it for security. But again, you've had so many attacks where there was only a gun, a bad person's gun, going in this direction, and if you had one on the other side, so many. In fact, that's a very big example. And if they had the bullets going in the opposite direction, you would have saved a lot of lives. So I get what you're saying, but I believe in the Second Amendment.